Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we are going to understand the basic level of video editing in Wondershare Filmora. So in today's video, I would be going over the options, the scenario, how the interface of Wondershare Filmora looks like, some basic tips for video editing, especially for pure beginners who are just jumping into the journey of video editing. Also, we'll go over all the options that are available in Wondershare Filmora, and I'll try to keep the video as short as possible. Plus, I'll keep the video as simple as possible so that anyone out there is able to understand and get along this journey of video editing and then start editing their very first video ever. Let's jump straight into it. When you open up Wondershare Filmora for the very first time, that's the interface that you get in front of you. Here we need to understand few things. On the top right corner, this black screen that you're looking at, that's the preview window. So whenever you make any sort of editing or any sort of changes to your video, you will be able to see the preview of that video here. On the left hand side, as you can see, it says drop your video clips, images or audio clips here. This is where you import all the clips, all the videos, all the images or audio files on this particular section. On the bottom, this entire thing is known as timeline. This is where all the magic of video editing happens. So whenever you make any sort of cuts or trims or any sort of transitions, this is where we apply all of that stuff. And on the very left of the screen, you will see few options such as sample colors, sample videos. Now, as the name says, you would be given some sort of predefined sample videos and colors by Filmora, so you can use them as well. Otherwise, if you want to start editing your video, the easiest way would be, as it says drop your video clips, images or audio here, you can just go ahead and just drag and drop your clips here. Or if you just click on this part once, it will open up your window. So here you can just, rather than dragging and dropping, you can just select the video that you want to drop. You can either double click it and you will see that that video would be imported on this section. Now, until now, we can't start editing at all because, as I said, the timeline, the bottom part of the screen is where all the magic happens. So until we take this video and drop it onto the timeline, we really can't make any changes. Only thing we can do is, if you double click on the video, you would be able to see it in the preview section. So we can't do any changes or editing as of yet until we drag and drop it onto the timeline. Now, before we proceed with that, let's understand few options that they have given us. On the top left corner, you will see few tabs that they have provided, such as media, the one which we are currently on. Then audio, as the name says, they will have given us some sample audios that you can choose from. You can use these audios as your background audios, or you can use them as your main audios also if you want. The best part about these audios is that these are royalty free audios. That means even if you want to use them in your YouTube videos or any other projects or something, you will not get any sort of copyright strike because of them. They are free to use. Then if you head over to the titles section, in titles you will be able to see a lot of different options, such as if you, in some of the videos, you will see that next to the person name or right at the bottom of the screen, they have the introduction of the person. So this is where all that stuff is. So you can see what sort of headings they have given. The best part about Filmora is that they give you a lot of options to choose from. These are some pre-made templates by them. So it's easier for us if you're just beginning this if you're just beginning this video editing journey. So you don't have to kind of create everything from the scratch. They do provide you everything by themselves. For example, if I want to use a lower third, that means if I want to define myself or if I want to give a title of the video, you can select any one out of it. Now, whenever you want to preview something, you can just double click on that and you will be able to see it in the preview section. So right now, as you can see, it says your title here. Once you drop this thing onto the timeline, you can go ahead and change those wordings to anything you want. Let's just try doing it once for now. Now, in order to get this lower third one onto the timeline, hold that one and then just keep on dragging it and drop it wherever you want. So drop it on to the very beginning of the video like this. And once you leave it, you will see the video would be that particular effect would be loaded on your timeline. Now we can go ahead and make some changes. If you take this red line and if you drag it alongside, you will be able to see that this is how it will play along in the video. Now in order to edit the text, what you need to do is, and that applies for anything that you want to edit, double click on that and then you will get this menu. There's so many of these templates that they have given which you can go ahead and change them. Now as it says your title here, you can just select this entire thing, get rid of it, and then type whatever you want. Let's say if I type TechTuts, which is the name of this channel, then right now if you see that it's not clearly visible, so you can just obviously play around with these options and change the size, font, all this kind of stuff. Let's say if I take it to 40, okay, it's a bit bigger, so I can put it at, let's say, 28. And then if you want, since it's a bit thin, I can click on bold and it will change it to a bit bold. If you want, you can change the font of it. Let's say if you want to go with a bit more bold kind of thing, you can do that. Once you're happy with the size, font and everything, then you can hold that thing and then just kind of drop it anywhere you want. So you can just basically pretty much do anything that you want with the text. If you want to edit this title, again, double click on it. It will open up the same menu again. Remove your text and then you can just go ahead and put anything. Let's say I put Adelaide. Or if I want to put it in capital letters, I can go ahead and put the word Adelaide. Once my job is done, click on this OK button and then you can just drop it here or wherever you want, right? So this is how you can edit all the texts. Now, if for example, now that's a golden thumb up rule. If you by chance make any sort of mistakes that you didn't want to, what you can do is easy shortcut keys, as we know on the Windows computer and laptop, just Ctrl+Z and it will just keep on reverting it back. Ctrl+Y to again go back to the same part. So this is all what you can do here. Next tab is, now you can definitely go ahead and look at all the ones that they have given. There's many of them. Next tab is transition. Transition, as the name says, if you have, let's say, two different set of videos or one video with two different frames and you want to have a smooth transition between both of them, then these transitions do come in handy. Like erase. Now, before applying them, as I said, you can definitely go ahead and preview them. That's what I normally do whenever I want to select or whenever I want to use any sort of transitions. I always make sure I preview it first and only then I go ahead and start using it. So for example, if you go with this fade option, in order to play, double click. And as you could see, you will see that little blinky thing in between two videos, and that's how this transition would be applied. If you go with this cube, so this is how it would be applied. So you get the part. So there's so many of them. You can just try to play around with all of them, see which one fits better with your video that you're going to edit, and just select that. For example, this one, and it will look like this. So there's many funky effects as well, which you can just go around and see which one works best for your projects and which one goes well with your videos. Next we have is this effects section. Now in the effects part, you will be able to see a lot of those filters like these glitches, mosaic effects, black and white, and all those kind of, weird filters that we have. You can just again play around with all of them, see which one matches with your creativity. Now, one thing I'll clarify here with all the people out there, people feel that video editing simply refers to having the best software out there. My understanding of video editing is a lot different. Software, now I'm not saying software doesn't matter. Obviously, you need to have a good software which has all those little capabilities that you can play around, but then it's a person's creativity that matters a lot. Any professional, if you give them the basic of the basic software, he can still create a great thing out of it, versus a person who doesn't know anything, and if you give them a high-end software such as Adobe Premiere, still they won't be able to do much out of it. So softwares do matter, but it's the person's creativity that actually plays the game. So that's why they have given us so many of these options. Everyone is going to create something different out of the software. If you visit my other channels, the other one which is M&MM plans, I'll put that down in the link. I'll put the link of that channel in the description. And another one, MMPT and Nati, there's another channel that I run. So if you go to that channels, if you see all the videos that I've uploaded there, all those videos, and I mean like literally every single video has been edited with this software. I don't use Adobe Premiere or any other software as of now. I might change that in the near future, but I am sticking to this one because of the simplicity and ease of the software. It's very easy to start using this. There's not much learning curve, as you would have already seen that it looks so simple. The interface is quite clean here, so I prefer using this one for now. Then there's another section where it says elements. So there's so many of these different little mini cartoonish or funky type of elements. If you want, you can use them in your videos. Again, if you want to see how they will look like, you just double click on it and you will be able to preview them. And once you feel that you want to use them, you can just go ahead and then drag and drop it onto the timeline. Last thing is split screen. I would be coming up with another proper full-length video explaining about this particular section in a lot more detail, that what does split screen do and everything, and what can you do with this particular element. But for now, split screen, as the name says, you will be able to play 2 different videos at the same time or 6 different videos at the same time. So I'll be, as I said, again coming up with a full length video for that. For now, you don't need to worry about all this stuff. Now, if we come to the middle of this screen, here you will see another set of few options which are extremely crucial. Now see, in video editing, the most basic thing that anyone would be doing is cutting a video or trimming a video or getting rid of something out of the video which you feel that you don't need it. So this is one thing that we're going to use a lot, and as you would see, this red colored line, it has this little scissor over here. As the name says and as it shows, this is what you can use to cut out your video into 2 parts. Let's see that in action. Now, in order to do so, first of all, I'll definitely get my video onto my timeline. So I'll get rid of this part, I don't need it, and I'll hold my video and I'll drop it onto the timeline like this. Once you drop it on, you will see it will give me 2 different options. It only asks for the very first time. So just go ahead with keep project settings. There's nothing to worry about here. When you click on that, you will see afterwards the video would be uploaded. The video would be displayed onto the timeline. Now you can go ahead and make any changes. Now, for example, if I want to cut the video into 2 parts from this section. Okay, first of all, let's just take my video up here so I'm out of the way. Yeah, so now you can see the video completely and clearly. Now, in order to divide this video into 2 parts, you can just click on this cut option and you will see that video would be divided into 2 parts. If you feel that you have made a mistake, you can just again click on Ctrl+Z and it will just revert it back to the same position. Again, let's go back and cut this video into 2 parts. Now, as you can see, you have cut the video into 2 parts. Now the game is in your hands. You can literally do anything now. You can take the second part of the video and put it on the top of the first video, which doesn't really make any sense. Or if you want, you can flip the sequence of these 2 videos by taking the second video. Now taking the first video, dragging it onto the right hand side. Now again taking the second video, putting it in right in front of the first one and then the second one. Now, how was I able to precisely do this stuff? If you guys see that there's a light green color line in between, this gives me an indication that once I drop my video here, it would be pasted on that particular part. If I would drag it on a bit further, you will see that I'm overlapping my second video on the first. But I don't want to do that. I just want to leave it here. Once you leave it, you will see the video has been reversed now. So this is how you can cut the video. Now, another thing you can do is if you want to get rid of a certain part of a video, you can make another cut, separate that part of the video from the main video, and then just delete that. How do we do it? Now, for example, if I do not want this part of the video, again, place your red line on that part. Click on this scissor option and you will see that that part has been cut out of the video. Now, in order to get rid of that part, first we need to select that part by clicking on that part once. You will see that they will highlight that particular video. In order to delete it, just click on the delete key on your keyboard and voila, you'll see that it's gone. And the best part about Filmora is if you only have one video in your entire timeline, it won't leave any gap in between two videos. It will automatically combine the other two. It will automatically combine the remaining parts of the video. Now, so this is how you can cut and trim a video. Now, another thing you can do is you can play around with the audio part of this particular video as well. So again, if you remember the golden rule from the very beginning of the video, just double click on that video again. So I'll again get rid of me from that part so you guys can clearly see. Yep. And again, this menu will appear up. So there's so many options here. Now, whichever thing you want to edit, you just go into that tab. Since we want to edit the video, since we want to edit the audio, so you go to the audio tab, and here there's so many options here. Now, don't get overwhelmed by so many options. You might not even need to use all these options at once. As I said, take the video editing journey extremely easy and extremely slow. Do not jump onto learning every single thing in one video or in one go. It's not going to happen. It takes a good amount of time to get the hang of every single option. Let's just go with the basic ones that you will need for any of your videos. Now, once you're in the audio tab, you can increase the pitch or you can reduce the pitch, as the name says. Then if you feel that there's a lot of background noise in your video, you can click on remove background noise and get rid of that part. If you want to increase the volume, now I'll recommend one thing to all of you. If you want to just increase the volume of your video, don't worry and bother about double clicking the video. Easiest way would be, if you see this line here in between, when you hover over that, it will say 0 decibels. Now, in order to increase the volume, you guessed it right, hold that and just drag it on to the top position. You will see that the audio would be increased. Or if you want to, in some cases, lower down the volume, just hover it down, drag it onto the bottom position, and you will see that it will reduce the volume. So you can increase or decrease based on your requirements. And if you want to see how loud or how low you have got, you can just again play this video and you will be able to see that changes in real time. So this is very handy, this preview option. So that's all about the audio component of the video. Then let's say there's another thing that you guys can look here. Now, once you're done with these basic things, once you cut a video, once you change the audio pattern, once you're happy with the video, in order to save that video, you need to click on this little green button which says export. Once you click on export, it will give you this big dialog box where there'll again be a lot of options, but the simple way would be change the name of your video. Let's say I want to change it to my name, and then if I put the name of my channel, which is TechTuts, once you do that, now there's another settings option which you can click on, and then you can go ahead and change the quality. It could be good, better, or best. Obviously, as the name says, I prefer saving my videos at the best quality possible, and then click on this OK button. And once you're happy with everything, now these are all different formats. Now in some cases you might have to select a different format of the video, but most probably, and the most common one, is MP4, which works in almost all of the devices that you have, including your smart TVs and everything. So have that MP4 selected, don't worry about changing this at all. And once you're happy with the video, just click on this export option, and afterwards your video would be saved. So I hope you liked this video. It was a bit of a basic one. Do let me know in the comment section below actually if you did enjoy and if you did like this video. If you did find a bit of value in that, do post that in the comment section below so that I know that you guys like this type of content, and I can start making up some more videos about the basic elements of this Wondershare Filmora. Trust me, that's not about it. There's so much more that you can do in Filmora. Go ahead and watch my other channels and you will be able to see that what is possible with this extremely powerful software, yet so simple. I hope you liked this video, and yeah, do hit that like button if you did like it. And if you're new to this channel, do consider subscribing so that whenever I post any new videos, you guys would be the first one to get that notified, to get that notification saying that a new video is up. With that, you guys have a great day, stay safe, and I will see you guys in the next video.